We are up. That's all right. Somebody may join us. Hello. A non-canon stream. Welcome along. So this is not part of the regular live stream. It's just that I was on the live stream tradition. So this is not the official 51st. This is a non-canon stream, but a bit of a project update. And I'm going to do a little bit of tinkering. And if you have a question, feel free to put it in the chat. And if you don't have a question or you want to call out that I'm doing something wrong, feel free to put that in the chat as well. Keep everything nice. Hello, one person. So I've been trying to design speaker grills. So I don't know how close these are to the correct size. I would say they are, they're quite good. That's quite a decent fit for that speaker. I'm happy with that. So I'm making a workshop boombox. Oh, that's not good for that speaker. And these are my 3D printed speaker grills that I will probably, I should probably make a little cutout for there, but you know, it's a workshop thing. It's meant to just look a bit not. I'm all right with that. I'll print another one of those. In fact, I will print another one of those in PLA right now. That was the first attempt. I've never done an infill like that, so happy days. Let's set the Ender 3 to go again. That was excellent. Well, it's not excellent. It's flat. It's not anything special, but my fusion skills are getting better. But, you know, it's a flat thing with some holes in it, and it kind of looks like a pattern. So I'll live with that. That's all right. The other thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to solder some speaker wire onto the tabs here. I might just use these connectors because they're on one end, and it means I have to do less work. And we'll see how that goes. I have my coffee with me because it is cool on a winter eve. And a sick wife and sick child are asleep in the house. So I am bored, so I'm out here. I should be inside doing more productive things, but I don't want to be clomping around the house. And yeah, I'm slightly miffed at the way I suppose if you're in the UK, it's a bank holiday weekend. In Australia, it's just called a long weekend. The way this one has gone has been slightly annoying. So I found this in my box of stuff, and it's just some speaker wire that I will use to connect up these speakers to the little Bluetooth powered boombox that I am trying to make. So I'll probably fold this over, I think, and then I'll probably twist it. And I will go and get some heat shrink, which is not in here. At some point, what I need to do is figure out how to get the heat shrink into this part of the workshop. But I think I have an idea, since the electrical stuff seems to happen in here. Now, these tabs are positive and negative. Now, negative has the stripe. Will this fit? Can I squish it down enough to fit? And if not, it might go. Yeah, it'll go. Lovely. But I do need some heat shrink to go on that. So that was a silly thing to do. I'm going to temporarily depart while I go and get the heat shrink, but I will return in the very near future. One moment. In fact, I'll point the camera out the door, and you can see that I am going to come back. For all those people that are thinking, now this is Blair Witch camera movement, so I'm sorry. There we go. There's the outer workshop. I'll plug in the lights. There's a lovely light show. There we go. Here we go. Some lights. Get some heat shrink. And that should probably, I might need some bigger heat shrink, I think. I might get some of this. use that maybe. Double sleeve it. Double sleeved. All right, I'll point the camera down again. Oop. At the bench while the heated bed is heating, doing its heated bed thing. And I'm going to use the, I'm still testing out the digital temperature controlled soldering station powered by my DeWalt battery. So I'm going to heat that up and we'll see how this goes. It might go all right. We shall see. Is that going to be enough? Might need to split this wire a bit more. So I'm making a basically this kind of thing, but for music for the workshop, because it won't need to be tested, because it'll be battery powered, and it will mean that people in the workshop can, when there's no one of an inappropriate age or anything, people can listen to a podcast or some music or some kind of media through a larger speaker, because they can do that in every other avenue at the place that I work. So why not in the workshop as well? Let me just put that in there. I'll put this one in here, and maybe will this work? Let's see. It says this is up to temperature. Where is my solder? The extruder is clicking badly. Is it? There's some solder. Never mind, that'll do. So it's a non-canon stream. Again, just a reminder, do not expect the weird and wonderful things that normally happen on a stream. It's just, I haven't put a video out this week, so I'll put out a bonus stream as a something to do, but will totally not build my audience at all, as has been pointed out to me. That's okay. And is it done as easily as all that? Let's see. Full test. Full test. It is. It is actually done that easily, which is quite frightening. Now I'm going to have to strip these back a bit so I can try in vain to get the blue heat shrink out of the yellow, so I can get the blue heat shrink blue over the top here, and then the yellow over the top of that, right down onto the terminal. And then I'm going to have to try really hard to not set the foam on fire with my little blowtorch, which will be, oh, it goes down much better over that terminal. And then the other terminal already has, well, the other end of this cable already had speaker terminal, little spade terminals on it, so don't need to worry about that. Okay, applying heat. Heat application. Heat application. Heat application. There's a spider on the workbench, so I apply heat to the spider. Come here, little spider. Well, that didn't work very well, did it? Right, I think that's worked. So let me try one more time, just to sort of, will that shrink down anymore? No, will that shrink down anymore? Oh, I might have gone a bit hard there. Gone a bit too far. But that's okay. That's on. So that is speaker number 1. And then if I get stuck, or what I can do is I can go and get the lid for this little boombox outfit and It's the negative, which is the striped one, so I haven't ballsed up the convention. One. And disconcerting noises. Erg. That's 2. And they are both set, so that's good. It's a handy little job done. I'll go get the lid and just clear off some of the gunk. And I'll kind of try and demonstrate. I'm going to get the box. It's right by the door. It's clamped, but again, Blair Witch camera shots. Let's move it up. Here is the box. Just sort of, can I move it in? I can. Okay, right. Now I've got to get all the clamps off the box, so there we go. Suburban safety boots in the shop there. So this box, oh, do not fall, Mr. Box. This box is made of oak, framed in oak, but clad in pine due to a measuring mistake today. So I was unable to be clad in oak as originally intended. So I've been trying to clamp it to try and get some of the twist out of the pine pieces that I had left over for the lid. So this is what it currently is shaping up to be. Something underneath. And then I'll have to move the clamp, so I will have to quickly jot off, but the printer is, the dulcet tones of the printer can keep me company while I just very quickly gather the clamps. I think I'll put them on the bench outside. Clamps are one of those things, if you don't organise them when you sort of add or remove them, you leave yourself so much annoying work to do later. So I'm trying very hard to make a habit of, when I take off clamps, or when I've certainly finished, put them back straight away, or at least put them tidy in a state ready to hang back up. So I will just be a jiffy. One more set. Hello to the one person watching. Maybe I know you. Odds are that I already do. All right, there we go. So this is the box. I know, very boxy. This is the box that will house the 2 speakers. So the speakers will kind of sit down here like this, like so, on here with my classy speaker grills on top, like that. They'll look great. So the next thing I need to do is kind of measure up where the center of these holes are going to be. So basically I think what I'll do is I'll just basically take a center datum line and then just space these out equidistant. I'll probably have to bend those tabs like that so that the speaker wires can go up and go back, because I would still like, even if they're not perfectly visible, I would still like the Sony logos to be pointing down. So I suppose I can, yeah, that's the way to do it. And I'll probably put them like that because they look a bit more like manhole covers. I might even paint them grey and they'll look like manhole covers. I'll just get a pencil and a square and a ruler. this will probably suit the needs. So a couple of squares and a pencil. I'll shut the door again because it's cold. So the 3D printer is currently just laying down the base for these little geometric patterns. They look all right. I'm impressed because it was the first time I'd attempted that. Oh, hello. Gee, you poor guy. Surely there's something on telly, Matt. I'm talking as if I've got a new audience, and I should have just gone, hello, Matt, you're probably watching. So I think what I'll try and do is lay these out down here, and then whether or not it's this one or it is the other Bluetooth enabled thing that can basically sit up here. You can see this box is rocking and rolling, which is what would have been a terrible box for the original purpose. But yeah, something like that, essentially, and then put some foam feet on it to try and take out some of the wobble. I tried to cut the piece of oak to go in here today, to no luck. But I think with a bit of persuasion and some glue, I can get this to sit down fairly nicely. But obviously I want to cut the holes in it first because that'll provide me more places to clamp as well. Plus it's easier to drill holes in it before. Well, it's a flat piece, flattish. So I think from memory these are just over 100 using the fantastic calipers that you got me. They're about 102, so they're 4-inch, aren't they? So 102, and there is a bit of a shoulder on the side. So I'll move one of these out the way. Maybe the soldered one can move out the way, because the other one I can probably pull the things off, and I'll just sort of punch out the panel, and you can see what we're dealing with. I really like my rebate bit. It's funny how it's only a couple of millimeters, but I have tried to run this through the saw and take some off, but every time I do, it's just equally as bad. And now the other thing is, do I get it that way, or I think it looks nicer. I think that knot looks a bit rubbish, and there is actually quite a bit crack there. So I'll probably, if I can get that out, go the other way around. Feel free to go to bed if you need as well. Like, you don't need to start for my sake. I just thought my flagging channel at least needed some content put in. So what I want to do is just quickly have a look at this distance, which is, I think it's about 20 mil thick, this stuff. In fact, I can tell you by that it is 22 millimeters thick. So when I put that there, this is the edge of the rebate. So I want to try and steer clear of this as best I can on all fronts. I'll have to stand up. Well, hey, I'm impressed with that as my first attempt on the on Fusion for the speaker grills. I know other people can do that that thing. I'm not very good at it. It's probably the best job I've ever done of it. So I want to avoid that. So that will mean that the furthest extent that I can start, if I put this face down, I have found a nice hole saw that will do this. So I'm thinking if I go another 10 millimeters in, that's probably provides enough space back there. Obviously everything's sat in a bit, and then if I maybe do that same measurement down here, 10 millimeters up, And that still provides me with quite a lot of real estate up there. Also knowing that, you know, the problem is that this box is not flat, so I kind of go from there, somewhere around there. Try and avoid this ridge if I can. Would be good, wouldn't it? Alright, so here we are. So now I go, that's 22. So now if I say 32, I think if I set it to 32, that's the danger zone. So now 32, I'll do it that way. Gonna do that thing. So the side of the speaker is going to butt up against there. And then the bottom of the speaker is going to butt up against here. Or maybe I just say, you know what? Something like this. At some point the eyeball probably needs to be enough. And then I'll make a mark across there and centralize it that way. And then I'll try and do the same over here. So like that. Try and be like one of these experienced woodworker types that knows what they're doing. Doesn't really seem like me. Okay. And then I can do the same. Now I'll just double check the fit. Like that. One. Somewhere there. And then I should be able to put this over there. Now the thing is, will I be happy? It looks like it should kind of just miss everything. You think I'd be happy with that? Should I check this one as well? Yeah, I think I'd be alright with that. I think I could live with that. Alright. A ruler. I don't know what happened to my nice ruler. I had one. No. Wherever it is, it's not here. Never mind, this will do. I can hear people crying out. Are He hasn't measured. Damn him, he hasn't measured. So my hole saw can... Oh, hello. Cut there. And the same goes here. And it doesn't really matter if it's not perfect. It's a homemade thing. It's probably, how far is that? It's about 17 mil. It's about 15 mil. A little bit different, but yeah. I found a 92mm hole saw that will do nicely. That'll cut the hole for the speakers, and then I'll have to worry about cutting the hole for the Bluetooth module, and then I suppose I might even put the Bluetooth module sort of up here, and the amplifier, not the amplifier, because the amplifier is integrated, but I'll put the step-down transformer, the step-down voltage regulator up here, or maybe even tie it into the back there. And then for the back, I don't know, do I make the back of the box just open? No, I probably need some kind of cover on it, but I'm not quite sure what that'll look like yet. There you go. Short and sweet. It's together. Soldering iron worked really well. That little router has done a lovely job of that with the rebating bit. I'm very impressed. So I guess tomorrow I may even set up my my new keyless chuck in the drill press. And I will continue to not feel bitter. My channel I made a lot of growth last night. I got up to 380 subscribers, and then I woke up this morning and they'd all buggered off again. Oh well. But yeah, something in the back. I even thought about putting some kind of strut along the back and having half of it closed, so I could have even some of this on the back, and then maybe have the battery holder on the back, so it's sort of completely concealed from the front, and then have the battery holder go through and have the voltage regulator right on the back panel there, and have that so it could be removed, and then just sort of set a couple of pieces in, and then even have a piece of this on the back that you could add and take away as necessary. I think that would work all right. And yeah, I'll glue this, and I'll just clamp it very firmly down with all the clamps that I have, and then see if that works. Clamp it to the bench. It's got a bit of twist in it because this is old off-cut stuff. It's a bit, you know, and it's tongue and groove, so it's got a bit of flex in it. And like I say, there was a big split that I've tried to glue back together down there, so beggars can't be choosy. It'll be fine. Then I'll chamfer all the edges with a nice bit. I even used a flush trim bit on this today. Flush trimmed it all to look a bit nicer. A bit of burning, but that's okay. It looks okay. Nice and flush. Sand that all down, and that'll be jobs are good. And I can't really do anything with any other wiring stuff until the speakers are here, because, or not the speakers, until the amplifier, not the amplifier, the Bluetooth module and the regulator are here. I think I've got a regulator somewhere, you know. I'm going to look for it. I'm going to look for the regulator, because I had a feeling that I had one. I definitely believe that I had one somewhere here, because I had one for the Dalek Dome. I know I've got one for something. Well, the thing is, though, I might have given it to somebody because I went, oh, well, I'm not going to do the Dalek Dome in the next... No, I have one. This is a USB one, though, so I don't know what... I should buy some more of these. These are meant to be really good. But because they're USB, they probably don't supply enough voltage for the Bluetooth module. Well, they might. I've even got some little Class D amplifiers. I think it only puts out 5 volts. It only puts out 5 volts via the USB. But I should buy some more of them. What are they? They are. I wonder. I don't even think this number probably means much, but it's a version 2.4. That would be perfect. Imagine just being able to mount up a little, mount somewhere in here, mount that up there, 3D printed mount even, just somewhere where you can access the appropriate parts. 3D printed mount there, voltage in, out to wherever it needs to go. If those things turn out to be USB powered, this might be ideal. Just have to see what it steps down. I've got a feeling these did up to about 30 volts, and it's got a little pot on it, but I'd have to test what the voltage out is. Very interesting. I do have a little USB voltage tester thing that you gave me. In fact, I could probably even lay hands on it. I believe it's... Oh, look, there's another Bluetooth module. There we go. I can put BB-8 together because I found the Bluetooth module that goes in there. Yeah, it's a multifunction USB tester. If I had something I could power that from, I would test it. Ooh, is that a sticker? Oh, it's a certificate. Oh, that's a shame. I was hoping to get some more stickers. That's a bit cool. Well, we should plug this in and try it, shouldn't we? I mean, it's only fair. What can I plug it in and try it with? This doesn't have USB on it. No. This is USB. But I've got to have this, and then I've got to plug something that's USB into this. But that's all right. I can do that because by gosh, by gee, by jingo, by crikey, I've got a clock. I've got a clock. Let's test how well the clock works, shall we? We can do that. Come on, let's have faith, everyone. Well, I guess it would be nice if I could test this USB. Oh God, that's gone wrong. That's gone horribly wrong. Let's I don't even know where this plugs into anymore. I have a feeling it's unplugged though. I think I was doing some problem troubleshooting because my other card reader for the 3D printer had finally given up the ghost. Now, moving this out of the way, it will make no difference to you, but it does mean that I can't see what anyone's typing. And is that one? Does it go that way up? Maybe. No, it doesn't. Oh God, hold on. I'm just trying to find a USB port. There we go. There's one. I found one. It made USB noises. I've also just slammed the monitor into the thing. Right, that could go there. Yes, that's working. That is a good start. Look at the clock. It's lovely. Smells great, this clock. It really does. Smells wonderful. Oh, it's so colourful. There we go. Now, will this focus? What if I sort of put it down? Will it autofocus? apart from the fact that it's upside down, which probably makes it harder to autofocus. No. It's a lovely reflection of the camera. It's sort of, well, I'll tell you what it says. It says 5.066 volts at 0.34 amps. So is that 34 milliamps, 0.34, or is that 340? No, because if it was 340, it would be 0.340. So that's obviously 37 milliamps. So it's drawing, I think the mathematical term is fuck all, essentially. But that's working. That's cool. There you go. Oh, that's quite nifty. Thank you very much for that. Have we got another thing to test? What other thing could I test? Oh. Hold on. I can test the supercomputer. Hold on. I've got the Big Clive supercomputer, the 6x4 version, the small one. There we go, the supercomputer. And shall we test that? I'm currently drawing 11 milliamps. Oh, there we go. 135 milliamps for the supercomputer. There you are. Lovely. Oh, look, just to make it, because I don't want to get done with the copyright strike. There we go. We'll just we'll light up. You can't see it. We'll light up Jessie J because she doesn't care about the money. There you go. Lovely. What works better, the red or the blue, or the yellow? Let's have a look. It's a lot. I don't know what to say about it. It is what it is. There we go. That worked nicely. We've got one more thing. Surely there's 3 things we can test. Oh, haha. What about the camera charger? Now, I would dare say this little TARDIS hub is probably current limited to 500 milliamps anyway. But we'll put them in there. That's for the DJI camera. Yeah, it's struggling. 4.3 volts at 233 milliamps. No, sorry, it's what's it saying? It's 20. It's reading at 20 milliwatt. Sorry. There you go. I thought I heard sizzling. I did check on the LiPo cell out in the garden, and it's still got plenty of water. So I haven't done anything to it other than just leave it alone. But I think only one's actually charging. I don't know if this charger is actually smart enough to. You've got to really push them down to get them to charge. Probably the reason. Oh, hello. All of them. The TARDIS is also trying to take off and land. This probably isn't the best cable, but it is the one that I found. It depends on which one you're pushing down. You can wiggle them and they all want to take over. Anyway, 4.2 volts. It's really struggling. So I'll try and find the arbor for that and see if I can get that set up, because it would be good to cut those holes, and maybe I can find the schematic for the actual module that I bought and cut that out. That would be good. My coffee has run out, however, and I'm going to look at ordering some more of them because I think I'm going to need more than one. I've only got one left, and I'll check in the morning to see if that's worked. I did follow a tutorial for making a coaster like this, but the person was going to CNC machine it. So when you make the pattern, this was a square pattern or a rectangular pattern, and you sort of extend it out, and then there's a button in the pattern menu for, like, I want to say restrict, but it's not, but a word like that, and you basically go around and delete all the ones that you don't want to add in the pattern. But what I did find is anywhere I had one that was partially going over, when I went to extrude, it extruded the pattern on the other side and it wrecked the screw hole. So what I had to do was go back with the trim tool on the sketch and trim any lines that overhung that, then extruded this, then made the sketch visible again and extruded this a smaller distance. I would love to have sort of raised this up out of the way, and maybe that was the whole point of doing it like that. But I think it just looks so much better like that. Maybe what I could have done is on the back, I could have done that same sketch and extruded it a little bit further, and then maybe put a little counter bore in there. But it'll look fine. It's just to, make the speakers look less rubbish. And that's okay. And I made it, so obviously there's one missing there. There should be one there. There you go. Maybe that will let me know where the bottom is. I'll know that's the bottom. I'll line them up. Yeah, happy days. All right, I'll unplug that load because I don't want it to do anything bad. And I'll put that back there. The Davros injector. Oh, that went wrong. Davros injector has glued up nicely. So I'm going to work on a little sleeve in there. And I'm just thinking of a single, even if it's a green flashing LED or just quite a large, I've got some large LEDs, something like that, which could hide in the end of a clear printed nozzle, a little cone type shape that's hollowed out, and just attach it to a cell. Even if we just attached it to even if I just attached it to a thing that I can't find, but I will any moment. Yeah, like a little, it was just a little button cell holder like that would fit down in there in a little sleeve, so you can essentially have all this in one unit, push the thing on, and it's all together, and then you can just change the battery out at the end of whatever, or even a small, single cell AAA or something. That's the idea. Yeah. All right, Matt. I'm sorry I didn't catch you. It's been a horrible weekend with everyone being unwell, so hopefully you and yours are okay. And I got my Bluetooth module found, so I can start wiring up BB-8 again and testing him out, and then reprint the lens and stuff for that dome. And I'll be interested to see how it looks compared to that one, to see if it's actually much different in size, because, yeah, very interesting. I look forward to seeing your creation. I won't foreshadow what it is, but very much looking forward to it. All right, mate. I'm going to go, and anyone else that happens to watch at some point, even though it sounds really wanky that I'm saying that now, but you never know, somebody might watch it. Have a good night all, and I'm going to go in and warm up in front of the telly and probably be remiss that I didn't do anything more productive. There you go. Nighty night.